Hi guys, welcome to this session in Microsoft Excel. In this module I want to take a look at some of the SmartArt objects that you can put into your spreadsheet. So first of all, they live on the Insert tab, and there you can see it. Now there's quite a few different diagrams in here. At the top you're listing all of them, and then you can scroll down through all of the categories like so. Or you can go individually into each category and isolate them slightly. So the one I'm going to pick first off is this one, hierarchy and an organizational chart. I'm going to click that one and then click OK, and this is how it works. You have this sitting in a box. Now if I don't want any of these shapes, you just click on the edge of the shape, not in the shape, on the edge of the shape, and press delete. That will get rid of that. And then it works like this. If I just type MD, now when I press enter, the font will automatically reduce. So if I go Mrs. Smith, and then let's do 3 departments, training, Miss White, retail, Mr. Black, and sales, Mrs. Brown. Now to add anything additional shapes, you just do this. So let's say there's 2 assistants in the training department. You go up to the top and you go add shape, and they come out what's called left side but it's hanging right. Now if you click back on the training, or what I'm going to call the management level, you can then go to the layout and change that. So you can see they're hanging right at the minute, but I want them to be standard. So side by side, I'm just going to type assist in there, assist. And I'll just do the same on retail, and then obviously there's going to be a bit of a space issue. So then I go back on the top one, layout standard. Now obviously you're going to have to make this box bigger if this grows. Now you can do exactly the same in Word and PowerPoint, but obviously in Word especially you're restricted by the size of the paper, and PowerPoint by the size of the slide. But in Excel you can create quite a big organizational chart. Now I have done my own family tree going back to 1543, and when I got right down to that sort of time, obviously that's a huge sheet. There is Microsoft says there's no limit to how many of these you can do, but I found that there is when you get to a really big one. And what happens is, let's say for example you're going down on this tree, creating quite a long tree, and then this one isn't as long. What tends to happen is some of these disappear as this one's expanding, and it's quite hard to work out at what point that happens, but it happened quite often. Now that might have just been a glitch on my computer, but when I got down to that level it became very irritating, and I sort of had to stop and try and redo it elsewhere. What I had to do in the end was come back up my tree and start deleting lines or blank boxes that I'd created that didn't have any information in, and that allowed me then to create extra ones. So there is a limit, so don't think you can go on forever and ever. However, for most companies you're never going to get down to that many lines. I don't know how many lines that was back into that generation, 14th generation, so quite a lot of boxes. Now at the top you've got different styles that you can select. So these are all, it's quite a nice one. I also like this one, but you see that one there, the font goes a bit awry. That's quite a nice one. So I suppose that the little brick one, I'll keep that one. Now as you can do with most of these things, you can go back up here and change this. But if you're going to change this is so you can put photographs in of each person, which is quite useful. Now it's changing that's the way I did my family tree, by the way. Now these are obviously different shapes altogether. They're not, you're losing the focus slightly. That's quite a good one as well. Don't like that, but anyway, I'm just going to leave it on this first one. Now you can put pictures in the back of these. You can click onto this box and go to format, shape fill, put a picture in there. I don't know what, put that Teams picture in there. Not that it makes any sense to do that. You can just manually colour a box in if you wanted to, if you didn't want it to be any of the colours that are preset. And you can also colour in the background of the whole box that everything sits in. Get a better picture than that, I suppose. I'll just use that one, I can't find any. You get the idea. I'll just undo that because that's a terrible photograph. But that's an organisational chart. If I just delete that one, there are some of the shapes that you get that have slight, not issues, but potential problems if you're not aware of why it's happening. And this is one in particular that I want to show you, the funnel. I'll just bring that in. So the funnel, let's say we want this to be phase 1, phase 2. Now phase 3, I can't click on that box. So that's what this is for, this little arrow. This allows me to type in there, but also if you press your didn't want to do that, undo. Phase 1. If I press escape and then tab, it will go to the next box. Now I had to press escape. Let me just do that again. So if I just type in there, so I've just typed in there and I press tab, it does the tab with inside the shape. But if I press escape, it will, when you press tab, go to the next shape. And then because I'm not actually clicked into one of these shapes, it will actually jump around. I've been asked many times what the key command is to move around. There isn't a key command as such. You just have to press escape when you finish typing and then tab, and it will get you to the next shape if it's hidden. So I can type inside there now, look, and then I don't need to do that again. I can just type outside of that. And again, all of these can be coloured up to whatever colour you want. So if I want to go to that next one, I'm pressing escape and then tab, and then make that one red. And then the whole colour of this can be coloured. I'm running out of colour ideas now. And then it's amazing like that. So that's just a very quick overview of the SmartArt features that you get in Excel, PowerPoint and Word. I hope that was of use to you, and I'll see you on the next one.